So today we're going to talk about one of the use cases for PQAI. Earlier, when we envisioned this tool, we were not thinking to use it in case of the patent infringement lawsuits. But turns out when you have a fairly good search engine, there are a couple of things you can try and test with the tool. In my experience of talking to patent attorneys, corporate in-house counsels, and even the persons heading the patent departments all across the IP ecosystem, uh, the good and the bad side of this of the laws of patent are something which I got to know about. When earlier the patents were imagined, they were thought to something that would give, that would give you the rights or the benefits of conceiving a a breakthrough invention, something that would make you earn the royalty you deserve for bringing something good into the world. Of course, like anything, the patenting system has its good and the bad side, and we start encountering a lot of patent trolls, the non-practicing entities, someone who are just exploiting one side of the patents to earn money from the corporates or some other clients. So whenever and it's almost happening on a daily basis. Every other day, a corporate is being sued left and right on the basis of the patents through patent trolls or NPs. So whenever a case has been docketed against a corporate, a lot of things that happen behind the curtains or in the boardroom of that corporate. One of which is they typically want to know is, for example, how strong is this patent? How much deep trouble are we in? Is this something that is really novel and was a miss on their side, or did they overlook the patent, or it is actually something which was very easily available into the domain, and when the engineers were conceiving the product or working on the R&D, they thought since it's commonly available, who would have patented it? In any case, all those things are a part of the past, and what they have to do now is to face or solve this challenge which is in front of them. A couple of strategies which my friends at the corporates or my colleagues at the corporates have talked about include reaching to that plaintiff, figuring out if they can offer a settlement or somehow figure out is this case is really legit or not. Now, a lot of reasons are there, for example, and of course it's a known fact that going through the court route is of course the ideal route. It is there to solve all the disputes, but it is too much time and energy consuming. It takes a heavy toll on the monetary resources, both for the corporate and for the plaintiff. So a lot of corporates I have seen go through a way where they want to meet the plaintiff out of the court and get a settlement done. It's an easier way, it's a more concise way, rather more efficient way to do so. So now whenever they are faced with such a threat, the very first thing which they need to figure about is how strong is this patent, because this is something which will decide the next course of action for this case. Like I earlier said, if this is a technology which was not supposed to be patented for various reasons, but for some reason got a patent to itself, then this is not a trouble at the very first place. Now the corporates, they have their own processes. They would talk through various law firms, various search vendors and all those things and get a search started, which is of course an important thing that needs to be done. However, there is a thought here. So before you invest heavy money onto it, and before you debrief the leaders of the organization about the challenge we are facing, about the case and the likes, how about testing some waters all by yourself, figuring out what is the strength of the patent, or it can even be patented or not. In other words, how about PQAIing the patent? So PQAI in itself is a initiative being led by AT&T to provide better quality patents or to perform a better quality prior art search through the use of state-of-the-art AI algorithms. The intent is, so PQI is not something that is going to, of course, replace the professional research that is going to be performed on a lot of commercial databases. But the idea of PQI is something different. Now, what happens, and through this visualization, what I'm trying to depict is prior art is something which is scattered all over a technological domain. Of course, in terms of US patent law, it could be an anticipatory or a 102 type of a prior art, or it could be a combinational prior art or a 103 type of a prior art. Now, if we imagine the universe of prior art in this figure, the relevant prior art is sometimes buried deep into the literature that is available in the domain, and at different point of the patenting system, be it the inventor who's searching it, or the professional searcher, the patent examiner, or even in case which we are facing, for example, the IPR search, people would go to a different depth to figure out if prior art is existing or not. The thought of PQI is to have a relevant search engine that could bring the relevant prior art on the top, so that even when someone is looking at a very cursory level, he can identify glaring prior art which is available in the domain. Now, of course, this does not mean that PQI is going to identify all the prior art which is available in the domain, but it should be good enough so that you can take the next step in a well-informed manner. So let's talk about one case that we have shortlisted. So it's a 2018 litigation between Facebook and Wilmer. So what happened in 2018? Wilmer filed a lawsuit, or a patent infringement lawsuit, against Facebook's Oculus Go. I am assuming that in 2019, Facebook filed an IPR against Wilmer's patent. They cited some publications, and later on, I think the case was settled outside the court before the IPR was even instituted. So, my hypothesis here is the prior art that was identified by Facebook was really strong against Wilmer's patent. And this was the basis through which Facebook and Wilmer might have entered upon an agreement or a settlement that was mutually acceptable to them. Now, assuming the time window between the 2018 when the litigation was filed and 2019 when the IPR was filed, I'm assuming a lot of things might happen. One of which, it's possible that Facebook might have tried to reaching out to Wilmer, or Facebook might have at least conducted a lot of prior art search against this patent, which they would have done used in this IPR. Our use case scenario is centered around this one application that Facebook has used. So what we did was assuming what would have Facebook done if they would have access to PQI in 2018. So what they could have done is simply ran the claim of the patent through the PQI engine, press the enter, and the PQI tool would have shown them like the top 10 results which it finds seems to be relevant to the patent or the claim that have been entered. Now, when we reviewed all those results, we identified that one of the results that was identified by PQI was the same that Wilmer used or that Facebook used in the Wilmer case. Now, this is not a proof of relevance of PQI, neither it is a proof that Facebook did something wrong. This is just one use case scenario for PQI that whenever a corporate was faced with a case, what they could have done is run the patent through PQI, or like I said, PQIing it, see what type of results are coming, using those results to identify the strength of the patent, and maybe using those results to reaching out to that plaintiff or that NPE and seeing if that can be leveraged for an settlement or for an easy dismissal of the case. Ultimately, if the invention is novel or if it is a really oversight from the part that some patent was existing but it was overlooked due to some reason, then that's a different scenario. But all we are trying to do here is to make prior art search more easier and more accessible for you. PQI engine in itself is free to use for all, and there is no harm in running a search on it. At the very max, I mean, you would spend 30 minutes of your time in reviewing perhaps 10 results which you may or may not use in a negotiation or in a settlement or perhaps in an IPR. But if in case you did spend your 30 minutes and if you identify something as relevant as the craft application which actually Facebook used, or which is something which is so relevant to the prior art or which is so relevant to the patent which can actually be used in an IPR or in front of the plaintiff, that is something which should be leveraged by the corporate. But of course, every corporate has their own strategies, every corporate has their own processes. So you can choose if you want to use PQI or not. Ultimately, it is just a set of 10 patents which may or may not be of high relevance to the subject patent or the trouble you are dealing with.
Awesome.